I know how we do. Saturday vibes. Look like all systems go. Let's get it though. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Yeah, I know the vibes though. She like ooh la la. They go ooh la la. She like ooh la la. We go ooh la la. On a Saturday. She like ooh la la. We go ooh la la. She like ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out that bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, the real question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and diddy to the left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because Carl Withers, a.k.a. you're the best around, and nothing's ever gonna keep, you know what I mean? Apollo Creed, you know what I mean? You living in America, get to the chopper, going toe-to-toe with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And even before his acting career, and he had a pretty decent acting career. Let's just say that. Not really no Oscar, winning performances, if you will. Nonetheless, obviously Action Jackson was, a fave. Like I said, the most memorable. It probably would be Creed for some, maybe Happy Gilmore with the golf shit. And a lot of people don't know, obviously if you're a certain age, then you do know that even before he jumped on the big screen on some challenge, he played in the NFL. You know what I mean? The National Fix, Fix League for some, right? And he passed recently, 76, young for some, considering how, the Bible got us living to 120. Some of the messengers and prophets of the Most High living to 200, 300, 400 on some LeBron. Not one, not two, but you get to live. And now in today's time, even 76, I would say young. His family released a statement saying, that he died peacefully. He died, I guess he, passed in his sleep, which is a good thing. Most of us, I think most people, and I talked about this on the channel a few times, like Drake, I want a quick death and an easy one. Like, I don't want to be, burnt alive, tortured, drowned, or no crazy shit, falling off no high, rooftop, you know what I'm saying? And so to hear that he died peacefully is, Lord knows best, God knows best. But that's probably one of the best ways to go. And some buns, I mean, like Scorpios, we the best. 4 minutes in, you know what I'm saying? You hear a lot of men say that. I don't know if they playing or not. They like, I want to go out on top of the world and boom tang, I don't want to go like, you know what I mean? Give me some of that honey bun, and you want to, you know what I mean, do it all over the world and go out in that fashion. And obviously some people do go out in that fashion as well. Obviously, death is a part of life that we all gonna go through. Like I said, if you rock with the channel, then I appreciate you. But you know me, I definitely don't want to go out on some, some real brutal shit, on some Egan shit. Who got flames? You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely don't want to go out like that. And probably, sleeping is one of the best ways. But condolences to his family. rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? Obviously, he left a legacy, and we will remember him for some time. Obviously, when you do like movies, music, you know, you write books, or obviously even now, some will say, if you putting clips on the internet and you spinning, you know what I mean, in the clip, as I like to say, plainly or not, then until the internet is gone, you probably will live in infamy, you know what I mean, on the internet or whatever. That's why I also be plainly saying, you know, you never know when you're gonna go, and that's why I plainly say, do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video out of here, Mercedes Benz and Range Rover, all that shit out of here. You're gone now, and you a resident of Queens, and you're done. You know, you out shaking it up, or you know, doing the Foolio video when you happen to, you know, get unalived. Now that's the last spinning memory of you that's spinning in the clip. And, you know, if nobody got them passwords and they ain't controlling your page, you know what I mean? Like LaMelo Ball, like, I don't control that. I don't control the page. Shorty was like, you don't? Nah, I don't. You know what I mean? If nobody controlling your page, then you could get left spinning in the clip doing some old unbelievable shit, and that shit would just keep going, you know what I mean? Going and going and going and going. And rest in peace to him, though, you know what I mean? We also got in the news, you know what I mean? We got Jam Master Jay, you know what I mean? Run DMC, you know what I mean? One of my favorite groups coming up, you know what I mean? See a little, you know what I mean? Run DMC, you know what I mean? Well, this is actually Jam Master Jay, rest in peace. And, you know, 22 years ago, like 2002, obviously, he was taken off the board. You see 50 Cent post some shit up about, let's see what he said. See if I find it real quick. Yeah, pretty much, after years of silence, you know, witnesses come out. And you never really know why people, you know, take as long as they do. You know, what's the circumstances, etc. Same thing with the, you know, with Pac and Big, with homie talking all crazy and shit on who was, you know, who was on the bat line making those calls, and you picking up and making calls, and you getting people flatline, etc. And you one of these guys, or you think you are, right? You think you in the movie. Something is falling. I'm not sure what. You know what I mean? You think you one of those guys, and so you know now. The trial has, I guess, started on January 29th. Obviously, we're in February now. You know what I'm saying? We hold on a second. What we in? We're in 34th day of the year, and you know, you see Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan. They are on trial for the, you know, for the murder. And 22 years ago, right? Like the person, the eyewitness that was there, they was in the studio allegedly when shit happened. That's why they're able to give testimony of, you know, what transpired and what took place. And they pretty much just saying homie came in, you know what I mean, gave him a little fake half handshake, and then, you know what I mean, done him dirty, you know what I'm saying? And at this time, 2022, I was locked. So it was like, damn, niggas killed Jam Master Jay. You didn't know why. You was wondering, you know, why he got killed. Bombs, what up? Bombs on the check-in right now. I'm talking about Jam Master Jay and how 22 years later you can run, you know what I mean? You can dread it, you can run from it, but the arm of the law is very, very long. And, you know, a lot of people do shit years, you know, yesteryear, think you're going to get away with it. You think you covered up all your tracks, crossed all your T's, dotted all your I's, and it's a body in the trunk, son, so what's it going to be? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's a Noriega Queens reference, you know what I'm saying? You think you're going to get away with it, but forensics, DNA, you know, people who you thought was going to keep it buck or keep it silent, somehow they can't sleep at night, you know what I'm saying? Somehow it's like wholesale, you know what I mean? But I'm always real, that's how I sleep at night. They conscious fucks with them. So you have a G-Dep, or you have, you know, even somebody in my family, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, even though he's gone now, you know what I mean? They do certain things and they can't internalize it, they can't live with it, so they have to, you know what I mean, get it up off them. And in this case here, witness came forth all these years later, because that's what people are saying. They're like, yo, all these years later, you could have been got the killers. And the funny thing about it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when I read Ronald Washington, he already was up top. 210 months, 16, 17 years and a half, 12 times, 16, 18, it was 206, something like that. You in the feds already. Like I said in the last show, you hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care. But when you get caught, remember that. I don't care. You can break the law, but when you get caught, your family ain't trying to hear that. Your friends ain't trying to hear that. For some, your lady, your wife, they ain't trying to hear that. And it's on to the next one, on to the next one. And he was locked up for some other robberies, allegedly, around New York City for some robberies and shit. You know what I mean? One of them niggas. Not really one of them, but one of them. You know what I mean? Ski mask way. And he was supposed to come home 2021. Supposed to come home. Have that feeling of knowing what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that they was right, yet to fail. And then I know some people like that. Y'all know I'm not an angel on this channel. Been up top. But not only have I been up top and I have experienced the prison system, even though to no fault of nobody else. I'm full transparency. Like I could see you and you definitely could see me because my page is open. Bobbivitz TV. Come on in. For some shit that I did, never claimed like no innocence or people ratted me out or whatever. I did that shit. And you see other people experiences. Your bid intertwines with other people's bids and bunkies and roomies and, you know what I mean, gallery mates, etc. And I ran into a few people who did their time for the crime that they committed. Some other shit that they didn't get caught for. Oh shit, new information, new artifacts is emerging. And then all of a sudden, you on your way back down to court in Manhattan or Brooklyn County. You like, yo, what am I going to court for? Because I know this ain't no for no child support shit. And she gave me money. Like, you're not going for no child support. And they fucked up when they come back. Like, they go down to Rikers. You know what I mean? That shit is the worst. I know what it's hitting for. You come back. Like, yo, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, yo, niggas got me for a whole nother case. Some shit that happened 20, 30 years ago. Shit that happened in 2021 or 2011. Like, shit come back on you. And you just like, damn. People are shocked and amazed. And I know I plainly say that. And I quote Bismarck, rest in peace. You know what I mean? When you put the beat on, you will be shocked and amazed. On the contrary, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. They are. They come back downstate or whatever they come from, and they can't believe that they got another case now, especially if you about to come home. Like, you about to come home. You just did 17, 15, 12, 10, whatever it is, a long stretch. You ready to shake out now, make niggas get the get back. Know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of niggas got that attitude. If you been up top, if you came home, if you know got family members, relatives, y'all know any nigga that been locked up, they walk around with that chip like, I'm going to show niggas when I get home and challenge. And that's you, majority of the population from the places we come from. Niggas like doing push-ups, niggas working out, niggas just writing, niggas writing books, niggas getting that game plan. Whatever it is, you in your CDL class, you studying, you going to come home and you going to prove some shit and you going to prove some motherfuckers wrong. And some do and some don't. What happens is you come home and life hits you harder than a motherfucker. Shit don't go as expected as planned. You like, damn, I've been on 10 years and I still ain't caught up yet. But I said all that just to say, homie was supposed to come home. Now you're not. Now you on trial for a Jam Master Jay murder. And you know, when I was locked, because I was locked, that's why I go on this whole, you know, spill about this shit. When he got killed, I definitely, you know, I didn't know why he got killed. So I just was like, damn, a lot of rappers is getting killed. He's an icon. He's still an icon. I think his hip-hop legacy is intact. You know what I mean? Jam Master Jay. You know what I mean? Boom, no, 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 no. You know what I mean? Like, his legacy is intact. But when they was like, yo, the reason why they murked him, or allegedly the reason why they murked him, was because over being cut out of a drug deal. That's when I was like, damn, bro. Like, even people that make it out to the public, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really know, you know, you only have a little small inkling of what's really going on. Even though it's on some, you know what I mean, you reading in the Hip Hop Word magazine. Now you could just pick up your phone and go to your favorite celeb. You could just go follow Jada right now. Before it was just like, Them niggas is in the Word magazine and the Rap Cypher, giving some quotes, giving some lines. Now you can just go, Jadakiss the real Jadakiss. Follow Jada. See what he doing in real time. If he going live and he unscripted and he's rolling, like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Now you can just follow. You say, damn, over drugs? Over getting cut out of a drug deal? And again, I'm not putting them up here on some superhero status, no mask, no gadgets, send them villains at us. We ain't scared of action. That's a Nas reference. Just that he was an icon living, you know what I mean? Run DMC is like, damn, you gotta be dealing with some drug shit. So it was with the side eye, but again, like Nas, from Queens as well, you like some of your old rappers, you know what I mean? They got the silver chain and the missing teeth, and they say they say something because they say they ain't paid. I don't think he fit in that category of being like an old school rapper that was forgotten about, that ain't had no money, you know what I mean, that probably didn't get it the right way. Say that their legacy is cemented and certified. Run DMC, that is. Perfection, you know what I mean? And Christmas and all that, Hollis Kitchen, you know what I mean? Your mom's cooking chicken and collard greens. Their legacy was certified, so to hear that nigga still was doing some underhand shit, allegedly dealing with some drug shit, it's like, damn, I mean, even if you're a fucking, you know, icon rapper out of New York City, you still probably, the goalpost is not far, like, nah, that's out of the scope of realm of possibility. Nigga ain't selling no drugs. Nah, nigga might be moving them bricks and up and down that I-95, and you pushing in like you on that 9-5 and you transporting and you doing shit. But you know, let this be a lesson to anybody that's young or anybody that really don't know what it's hitting for. When it comes to murder, forensics, DNA, and you know, statutories and limitation and what they can come back and swing back and get you for or not. You know what I'm saying? You might think you got away with it, and then when you're older now, I think one of them is 59. So you're older now. You know what I mean? That's still young in life, but you're older now. Reflexes ain't as sharp and swift as it used to be. And, you know, Father Time has taken the toll somewhat. And now you got to do a stretch. Now you got to go do federal time for killing the icon. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we in the end game because 25 years ago, 1999, like 1989, another some, even though he said 89. 1999, Amadou Diallo was gunned down by the police in the Bronx, 41 shots. And because of that, Hov said, you gotta rock that styles, rock that watch down. See that Benz, cop that now. Drop that top down, they gonna kill us anyway. Them cops uptown hit homes with 41 rounds. Live your life, get your ice. She been with you since day one, nigga. Trick on your wife, spend that dough. When in doubt, take that trip. She ain't living for the moment, homie. Shake that bitch. He that rude, he can't take you nowhere. Leave that dude, be that rude. If he that cool, save for what? Ball till your days is up. This place is fucked, all type of AIDS and such. How they make it where you afraid to fuck? They gave us drugs, then turned around and investigated us. Life is short, then you want life support. So in between it all, I'ma say I seen it all. And Ho was talking about Diablo, you know what I mean? Armando Diablo, and you know, when the cops killed him, hit him uptown with 41 rounds. Although that verse is super fire and super crazy, he didn't even mention his name because at this time, you know, I was up top as well. When you hear the 41 rounds, you knew what he was talking about. Like, damn, like, not only did they unlive him, take him off the shelf, something vicious. Said his feet even had, you know, bullet holes in it. That mean, they knocked him down. He laying down. They still was shooting through the door on some real bad boy movie shit. Not being funny, but I'm not. Rest in peace to him. Condolences to his moms who, you know, when you look in the news, they got the foundation for him. You know, they keeping his name alive. And like I plainly say on the channel, Tony, I hope they remember you. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they remember you. Well, I'm going to just stick this knife in you and finish you, and we can worry about if they're going to remember you tomorrow or not. Did him filthy. Then, You know, this how the government work. You know what I mean? Where we from in America, don't get you slipping now. Police be tripping now. So now, you know what? We want to make sure there's no slip-ups. So what we gonna do is we gonna send the trial up to Albany, and they agree with the defense, of the police, and they let the shit go to Albany. And you a lot of people may not even know. Obviously, this is something you don't really probably care about. This ain't got nothing to do with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. This ain't a wrap up. It's like some African who came from West Africa, 23-year-old college student, got gunned down with 41 rounds. They gunned that nigga down with 41 rounds. Live your life, get your ice. She been with you since day one, nigga. Trick on your wife. Know what I'm saying? And although, again, them bars was fire on that whole shit. That was off on Watch Me with Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? 41 rounds. That's tomorrow. February 4th, 25 years ago, 1999, not 98, a summer, Public Enemy, 1999. You know what I'm saying? Shot that nigga 41 times through his door. You know what I mean? And they got off. That's the real thing about it. It's not only did they kill him, and they George Floyd, and they off, and they sell, you know what I mean? They deleted him. Like the black cops did to that black brother, Nicholas, I think his name was. Horrible. You know what I'm saying? 41 times. This is how we're going to get the police off. We're going to send the case to Albany, and then we're going to let them get him off. And then now that the 25 years later, one is a sergeant, that nigga's still on the job. And that's you, because we go for this shit. Oh, but you black. We go for this shit. 25 years later, a sergeant, still on the job, probably fucking shit up. Two of them switched over, get their money, get their pension, switched to being fire department. They're firemen now. And now they swinging through your neighborhood like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Check the clock, keep ticking. You know what I mean? Like they swinging through your shit. You know what I mean? On the fire truck, and they still getting their money. They still working. Their lives was unaffected at all. Except for the little backlash at that current time when, obviously people was in outrage. Fucking Wyclef made the song Diallo, you know what I mean? Killed and dead. Like, all your life, you has to fight. And then it ain't nothing really done changed. You fast forward. This shit's still going on in 2024. And oh, baby, I like it raw. You know what I mean? They still giving it up as blatantly and as foul as they ever been. Look, just check it out. Like, he was an immigrant, right? Diallo. 23 years old. Came here from South Africa to better his life, help his moms, etc. Bombs on the check-in on Instagram. Shot him dead, killed him. Gave her $3 million civil suit. They was found liable, but no jail time. They didn't find that they did anything wrong. Them niggas emptied the clip, bro. 41 times. Rapid fire on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Good times, what up? Rapid fire on your ass 25 years ago. Then they sent it to Albany and they got off. So what happened was, he was an immigrant. And now you fast forward, you know what I'm saying? Cops still doing fuck shit. Mayor Adams is in office. And I'm from New York. So I'm talking about New York right now. You know what I'm saying? He on some, what we about to do is, we about to give out 53 million to the immigrants, right? And then you hear people like Plies and, this is the woke culture. You like a lot of black people that's complaining. This is just a side note, you know what I'm saying? A lot of black people that's complaining, oh, but you black. And you want to go to South Africa? And that's you. Danny Glover, you want to go to South Africa? And apartheid and all that shit? He like, we going to get an immigrants 53 million. And 50 Cent has something to say about that. A lot of people have something to say about it. And Plies, that I was just mentioning, he like, a lot of black people that's complaining, they don't want those jobs. The jobs that they allegedly given to the immigrants, they don't want those jobs. Now, I'm all for, just to, preface my statement, to clarify my position. Let me stand on business for the people in the back. Like, what do you mean you don't want to help people? One, I'm all for helping people. I am I'm a good-hearted person, I believe. A big-hearted person, I believe. Two different distinctions. And I'm for kumbaya and helping everybody. Keish, kumbaya. That's you, Keish. On some kumbaya shit. That's a side joke for her. She know what I'm talking about. I'm all for helping people that's down and out on their luck. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of us as humans, just being fucking human is hard. You know what I mean? Some of us got it easy, and we like Miss Hawkins, born with the silver spoon in your mouth. And Kareem Akbar, you the true leader of the C&B. I'm being funny, but I'm not. I'm just talking about the silver spoon. Some people got it easy. You know what I mean? More than others. But for the most part, you're still going to deal with death. You're still going to deal with pain, fear. You're still going to deal with a lot of things as humans, so it can be rough. So I understand you needing a little help sometimes. However, it's like, what about the people here? It's a lot of people fucked up and starving here. And you can say, yo, but you got all the opportunities, and that may be true. However, we do know it's red tape or red line. We do know it's shit that go on in the back office where they be trying to impede. And that's not to say you still can't, do it and find the one like motherfucking Leroy, and you looking for the answers and it's right here. You can still become Neo in the Matrix and become the best around, and nothing's ever gonna, like, you can become the best, but it's gonna be motherfucking hard as a motherfucker, right? That's what it do. You already know. Extra hands, my guy. My guy Goody, like, yo, let everybody know. Y'all can see the comments though where he just left. Be on the lookout for the extra hands and stuff for the youth. He real big on that. Obviously just came home, doing a long stretch, speaking about the long laws of the law, good and the bad. Obviously he can speak to it, more than a lot of people. He's very first hands on, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But y'all heard what he said. Look out for extra hands. That's a program that he got, and that we involved with, and we always looking for, helping the youth and bigging the youth up and pointing them in the right direction. But as far as the immigrants, a lot of us, if you're from a certain era, a certain age, you can relate to having to move in with your relatives. Like your mom's messed up, your pops messed up. You got to go move with your auntie. She got 3 kids. She got 3 kids. It's like 6 of y'all, and like Ghostface, 2 at the foot, 2 at the head. I didn't want to sleep with John. He peed the bed. Like, you waiting for them WIC checks to hit, and when them WIC checks hit, your house balling. Everybody's spirit is a little up. It feel like a Friday. Because you got them stamps and you got food. Kids always happy when they get a little bit of food in them bellies. Apples and bananas. You want to eat apples and bananas? I'm being funny, but I'm not. We know what it's like. Next door neighbor got a knock on your door. Can I borrow some sugar? Let me get some flour. I don't get my WIC checks later. I know what all that's like. And, it is what it is. I don't blame the parents, for the situation that they raised us, and I'm just happy to be here, can figure it out. So the thing is, I'm not opposed to helping anybody that come over here, but at what detriment? You 53 million? That's not a lot. And this is the thing too, right? That's just on a credit card or the prepaid card. 50 Cent talking about like, yo, Mayor Adams, we need to fucking talk. You about to give out 54 million, 53 million, and 1.5. Say no names. Serial numbers clean. Say yes or no. It's a Purple Tape reference. Say yes or no. 1.5 million? No. 53 million. And that's light work because we've been giving money to Ukraine, to this place, to that place. And, we are the big bad wolves. This is just real quick. My show is unscripted. We had the 3 American soldiers. Rest in peace to them. Condolences to their family, right? This is how tough we are as Americans. And again, people go like, you don't like America, go back to Africa. You high junking, Dunkin' Fried, chicken eating, like, do the right thing. Go back to Africa, and here's what they think about you. We know what y'all really think, some of y'all, and fuck y'all too, right? If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you 2 times, like the nigga said, 3 times. Fuck you too, buddy. We say, yeah, we could go back to Africa, we could go back to wherever, but we here. And we here struggling, and we help build this shit. So why y'all dishing out all this extra bread for people that's just coming here when you got people that been here? That's fucked up. A lot of people is fucked up. A lot of elderly people, men and women, be on those free food lines in Harlem where I'm from. Like the ghetto. Nobody's smiling. The ghetto. And you can laugh at it, all you want. But the thing is, too, the shit that happened with the soldiers, they was killed by a drone or some shit happened, right? And I don't know all the details. So America is so bad. We the big bad wolf. It's like, yo, you know what? We about to just send motherfucking 13 strikes over there. We killed 16 civilians. We bombed a couple of intelligent spots or spots where we've seen people can been opposed to us. And not only that, but this is what they said. This is the quote right here. This is the quote. 85 targets, intelligent spots, 16 civilians. That was in Iran. Some people was killed in Syria. They're like, at any given time moving forward, the time and the places of the choosing, we just gonna let y'all have it. Just like the Jews did. I don't want to get real political and with that type of shit, because I'm not a political aficionado. I'm definitely to take a backseat for somebody that's more more informed than me, that could probably speak on it and shed some light on it better than a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying? However, I still got opinions, and I'm saying, damn, Jews just did that to motherfucking, you know what I mean? The people in Gaza. You know what I'm saying? And forget how many civilians get killed. Like, whenever we choose to drop the bomb, we gonna drop the bomb, we gonna finish y'all, and that'll be that. This is the same country, like, yo, we giving all these millions to these immigrants. Why not just build up where they from? I'm sure we have the resources. I'm sure we got the infrastructure. Norman Bates, what up, dog? Trizzy, dog. You know what I mean? Gold up. Shout out to Norman in the building on Popovich TV. We live, we rolling. You know what I mean? We don't get too many people on this side. But shout outs to Norman. You know what I mean? One of the queens of the ring. You already know. Salute. Why we don't go over there and build up they shit? You got them as the people that come over here. So you got the resources, meaning the people. Because you can have all the money in the world. If you don't have health, you have nothing. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have people to help you build, then you just got paper. You just got paper that can be ripped up. You got the resources and you got the money. The fucking Mexican mafia or whoever these cartel people are, they badder and bigger and deafer than America? Nah, I'm not buying that. That's my only thing. Is like Pac Ben said, they got money for wars, but they can't feed the poor. But the poor that's coming over here, niggas risking their whole life. You lose your baby in the water. And I'm not being funny. Some of these people that come over here legally and illegally, right? There's people over here on welfare, it's fucked up. Some of them, they milking the system. Some of them is really fucked up. You see stories, how you got homeless. You'd be surprised at some of the stories of how people got homeless, and then you even listen to Cat Williams outside of drugs. Because when he was in Miami and Daytona Beach or wherever he was at, living in the park with a lot of the druggies and the homeless people, he said he used to talk to them. And he used to ask them like, yo, how did you end up here? Because he was homeless, because he ran away from his family, right? He said a lot of them was on drugs, but what about the people that's not on drugs? What about the veterans? What about the people that served in the military? And I have family that served in the military. You get out, you get looked at sideways. You get treated different. You get your fucking arm blown off. And is he dead? Of course he's fucking dead. And they got his arm blown off and his fucking legs blown off. And I'm being funny on that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm being funny on that one. You know what I'm saying? Milky Way, what's the word? You know what I mean? On the check-in. Obviously, we see a lot of veterans that lose their limbs, come over, they live. But you also hear of the mistreatment of the people that served in our country. And this is America. Don't get you slipping up. So it's like they feel a little slighted, and it's not a race thing or some black and white things, you know what I mean, or some they immigrants, etc. Because it's all different type of immigrants that come here legally and illegally. But do you agree with the money on a swipe card? Obviously, they're saying it's for shopping, it's for certain things. They're not gonna be able to go get no Louis bags and buy no shit. You know what I mean? But a lot of Americans and a lot of people on the polls is feeling like this is not it. And then also with Mayor Adams, if you from New York, right? You see like, yo, one, he was against immigrants, letting them in and all that. Now you offering them money. So it's not just for 50 Cent, but obviously he is, he's the bad guy. And he got a big fucking platform. And when he mentioned things and get the conversation started, who just said that? That shit went away real quick on Instagram, on YouTube. Somebody was like, Trump 2024. I'm not saying Trump 2024. Y'all know if y'all follow Popovich TV, good looking, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. So I'll be damned if I stand on here telling you who to vote for, who to take, who not to take. That's really not me. What I will say is we should be smart about it. We should do some Lori, wait, hold on, think about it, see who giving us the best deal. Like, listen, this is another thing I can say. This is not no, I got friends of all ethnicities. That's, you know what I mean? Most ethnicity. I know it's a lot of countries and all that shit, a lot of different backgrounds and nations. But I know a lot of people, you know what I mean? And I'm cool with a lot of them. And I got a lot of love for a lot of them, right? However, when you push shit under the microscope, whether you agree with me or not, and some people, they're going to agree, but they still going to deny, and they're going to run from it. They're going to dread it. They're going to act like destiny is not going to fucking arrive, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But over here in America, a lot of people don't fuck with us. And I mean African American. You can say, oh, you don't use that word. You had Cam recently speaking like, yo, African American or American African. I mean, like, what do we claim? And he was like, nah, they don't fuck with us. And a lot of them don't. And as a person that's in the Islamic faith, that go to the masjid and pray right next to a lot of Africans, whoever, a lot of them don't fuck with, not them per se, but just in general. And they all come eat off the caucus of us. They get the stores, they get everything, they get the endorsements. Whether people throwing the red tape up on us or not, in the back office, as I say, on the back line, cutting deals like, yo, we'll give you something, but it got to be in a black neighborhood. We can't give you nothing over here, but we got to give you something here. And it's the last thing on this topic. Rocky from fucking Raising Canaan, you know what I mean? Canaan moms, and I don't fuck with my mother, B. You know what I mean? Like Canaan, his moms, she opened up a store or whatever, and she went to holler at the Chinaman, and this was like a one-stop shop for those that don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm glad that they showed this. That's why I'm speaking about it. They sell like all of the products to the Chinese restaurants. So I guess if you need like a counter or you need the menus or whatever, they like wholesale all the shit. So when she went in there, he like, yo, the receptionist was a woman. She like, can I help you? Ooh. Then the dude stepped out from the back and he like, yeah, what's up? What you want? She like, I'm XYZ. Oh, that's my show. She like, exactly. I just watched episode 9 too, Lord. She like, well, I'm here for XY. He like, we only serve Chinese. You know what I mean? Restaurant. She like, oh, so because I'm black, I don't look like I can own a Chinese restaurant? Just think about it. Have you ever in your life, and I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 30s still, you know what I mean? Have you ever in your life challenged seeing a black person with a Chinese restaurant in your neighborhood, in any neighborhood that you could think of? The answer is no. Have you ever seen a black person, Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, Queens, Detroit, wherever, with a corner store like the Arabs be having? I'ma say no. I've never seen that in my life. And you know, again, whether it's the documentaries that we be seeing about the stuff that goes on in the back office with the banks and the people that control like the certain districts and shit, and they be like, nah, we can't. We'll give you a barber shop. We'll give you XYZ, but when you go to the Heights and you go up there to Mita and Bora Bora, they still got their shit. There may be some people, maybe Chinese restaurants up there, but it's when you go in the store, it's the Spanish. It's you know what I mean? It's El Demundo and all that other bullshit. It's caliente. You know what I mean? What's up? Nah, it's caliente. And that's you. They still got their shit. Whether it's a stronghold like it used to be when I was a kid and we used to go up on the hill and, you know, obviously, you know what I mean, that whole stretch, all Spanish, all Latin, I may be Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, whatever. That's them. Like Don Corleone, you under us. That's them. You don't see that with us, but yet you see the motherfucking cleaners. You see all these other businesses, they come right here to where we at and they get that money off us. We the only ones that be lacking. You know what I mean? So a lot of people is like, yo, you know, we ain't really against the immigrants per se, but it's like, what about us? And all I gotta say is that they don't really care about us. You know what I mean? But you know, y'all don't really care about that shit. How many minutes we into the show? We even fucking 40. I got time today. 40 minutes in. You know what y'all care about? I care about this motherfucking Drea Michelle, basketball wives, and her fucking with Jalen Green, you know what I mean, Houston Rockets, and you a franchise like the Houston Rockets, know what I mean, still smoking that la la la, be singing on that la la la, and Joe Buttons went real big on this, you know, he got a big platform. You know what I mean? He got the Joe Budden podcast, and I fucks with it. I watch it. I like all the little clips that be spinning in the clip. And so, you know, Drea, outside of knowing that she is a person on the basketball wise, I could say I didn't really know too much about her too. They said she got some fashion shit. I don't know if it's Fashion Nova. I don't know if she got her own fashion. You know what I mean? High fashion. You know what I mean? But I do know she was with the Cowboys players. She was with some other players. She spun the block a little bit, and that's her. Nobody really cares, right? Why people care now, or why people is perking up now, it's because a lot of men got a lot of platforms now. You know, niggas is speaking up, if you will. Niggas ain't scared no more. Happy wife, happy life. Niggas is like, oh, nah, I got some shit to say. I'm going to speak about it. Like, I got to talk about my life and how I see it. And that's a Martin Lawrence reference. I got to talk about my life and how I see it. And so men is on these podcasts. They on these platforms. They in these YouTube streets. They run across these social media platforms. And they should have never, right? You got men saying, all right, cool, we ain't really mad at her. She wanted some young, you know what I mean, vitamin D. She got it. But now she allegedly pregnant. So people is looking with the side eye. Some women, but not a lot, not enough. And it's like, absolutely, Lori. I mean, you know, it's always an uphill battle for us. So we just got to figure it out. Like-minded, more like-minded people within inside the community got to link together, use social media, get off social media, do it in the back office and try to put some shit together. That's my only way I think it could work. That's just my personal opinion. But back to Drea and shit that people want to hear about. You know, she an older woman, and you know, she look good, whether she got stuff done or not. I think she still look good, right? She fucking with Jalen Green. He one of the stars of the NBA. He one of the stars of the Houston Rockets. He 21, and the thing is, her son is 21. So we looking at the side eye like, damn, you fucking with a nigga that's your son age. But is she a predator? Is it a double standards? Yes, it's a double standards, and y'all know I talk about this all the time on my channel, because I'm cool with it. I have no problem with, you know, one thing working out for the ladies, like where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? And things being in favor of the men. And a quick example, which I gave last week on the show, ladies, if you're getting ran through because you can't run through anybody, you're looked at as user, like you a Jezebel spirit. On the other hand, the guys looked at a player, you know, pop your collar, boning all these joints, and they, you know what I mean, you a Gallus, and the city is your palace, and what you gonna do? Because you want she, like, these ladies is on your body, right? And so you can get 10, 20 women pregnant in 3-4 days if you want. Meanwhile, they only can carry a baby for 9 months, and we know what it is. So in one instance, it's in the man's favor, and the other instance, it's in the woman's favor. So now, what women be saying, they're like, yo, this nigga's 40. Marcus Houston, you know what I mean? And, oh, you want to, you know what I mean? Oh, no, is that Omarion? Oh, is that Marcus Houston? One of them sing the old song. I can't remember. But I do know it was Marcus Houston who, you know, he in the Jehovah Witness. He in, you know, that's his religion of preference, and that's his lifestyle, right? Married his wife young. They got married. Women was furious. Talking about he married this woman, made her an honest woman. He was grooming her. He was, know what I mean, wheeling, dealing her. He was tricking her. He was, know what I mean, leading her on. Y'all was making up all these stories in your mind. And like Nas said, it's only in your mind. Real nigga, like that's not even real. It's only in your mind. He was talking to the young fellas about I'm boning your wife, but that's only in your mind. It's not really real. The scenarios that some women was drawing up in their minds, it wasn't real. Yet he was looked at as a petty, We don't know about this guy. Maybe his past history of being touched on, groped and all that allegedly. Maybe, this is why he's doing this. But it's like, nah, she was of legal age. Because, on Pornhub, it's a category called gag queens. And you could be 18. You could be 18, you could be fresh 18. It's also a category of freshly 18 and just turned 18. And you see these women getting backdoored. And Lil Wayne said, I call it triple threat. She give me mouth ass, and I call it triple threat. You know what that is? That's mouth ass. 18, and she's all for sale. That's fine, right? But to get married, and we gonna get married, and we ain't getting no younger, we might as well do it. Like, we gonna get married. He's 40, she's 18. Mad women, they mad. They're like, damn, they ready to kill. And you told Harpo to beat me, bitch. I whip your ass, right? They was mad, they was outraged. Then you see on the flip side, you say she 39, he 21. He a kid, he's not a kid. This is 30 in the NBA. And then she a predator. Let's just cut to the chase. Is Drea Michelle a predator? Was she preying on Jalen Green? I'm going to say no on Popovich TV. I'm going to say hell fucking no. Now, I'm saying that, I don't know for sure, like, if she's a predator, I mean she's a real creep bitch, you know what I mean? So when I mean predatory, the picture is painted in my head like you plotting and planning. This shit is premeditated. So you throwing a sinking line out there. And again, same age as her son. That's predatory. You trying to throw the fucking shit on somebody that can't breathe, throw them in the trunk, and then you grape them, and we'll be raking you. That's some predator. Like, I'm going to put this Molly in your champagne. She ain't even know it. You take it home and you enjoyed that. She ain't even know it. That's predatory. If it was just something like, she was on TV at one point in time. When he was 15, 14, 13, he was looking at her like, damn, shorty could get it. And I just think for myself, right? Because we got to keep it on the eye, as they tell you in ASAC and KSAC. And that's you, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, and lowlifes, for those that had to sit in them circles. Y'all know what it is. Keep it on the eye. Me personally, as a teen coming up, and I went inside a little early. I was doing a lot of dumb shit. You had the older, my mom's friends, people around the way where I lived, the older, you know what I mean? Oh, you're so handsome, squeezing your cheek, and I want to babysit you, and woo, woo, woo. And that could be considered as predatory. Some older lady, my mom's friend, talking about they want to babysit me, or they went in mine, or, you know what I mean? You handsome, and you this and this and that, pinching a nigga cheek and all that. Huh? You know what I mean? And at 13, 14, 15, 16, depending on your maturity, your level of development, boy and girl, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about the fellas. You want to knock some of your mom's friends down. That's what Stifler's moms, that's why that American Pie, you know what I mean, movie hit a lot with a lot of young boys, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, Stifler's mom, damn, shorty could get it, because you want to fuck Stifler's mom. You don't want to, you know what I mean? You don't want to patty cake with her. You want to fuck her. That's what the MILF is, right? So it's like Drea for Jalen Green, I'm assuming. He's seen her on the magazine, and I know you seen me on the radio. I know you heard me on the radio, but you still don't pay me no attention. Like, yeah, you could get it if you want it. He probably was like, damn, shorty, when I was in high school, she was the bomb. And she still look good, because she got the BBL, or she got the, you know what I mean, throw some D's on that bitch. Or she got her motherfucking ribs taken out, or she got one rib, her motherfucking waistline banging like a bass line, and she smelling like cinnamon. You know what I mean? That's a Ghostface reference. Pardon me, I don't mean no harm. Turn around again, you looking real good. Yeah, I smash. Crazy? You know how many times dudes go over to their man's house and they moms is scandalous with it, or they be like, yo, if I get the chance, I'm definitely fucking, you know what I mean? My man's moms, as a kid, you're thinking this. You're not thinking that it's wrong, or like, nah, that's my man's moms. It's like, nah, shorty could get it, or the older joint could get it. I think it was that type of situation. But where he fucked up at, if she is pregnant, Drea Michelle that is he got her pregnant. And now it's like Kanye. 18 years, she got one of your kids got you for 18 years. And that's you. They like, yo, she, you know, her last joint, you know, the retirement is dying out. She got to renew the lease. And so he was right for the pickings. And so she predated him. She what's the word? The praying mantis him. She got him. Maybe she did. Maybe she held on tight with them thighs and, you know what I mean? He came all over the place, shot the club up. Her son is 21. I wonder, did she think of her son? I don't think she's a predator. I don't think she gave a fuck about her son. I think she's looking out for her future. And like, listen, I'm doing this for you, nigga. Because you know a lot of moms, they do some shit that they don't want to do, but then they put that shit off on their kids. Keep it a buck. Let's Ice Spice said, let's what? Keep it a buck. Like, keep it a buck. You keep it in a buck. We keep it in a buck on Pop of his TV. Hit the like button. We know a lot of parents and even father. I robbed a bank. I did X, Y, Z. I had to go out and do this to put food on the table for my family. My family was starving. We know moms that do all type of wild shit. Then like, yo, they blame the kids. I didn't really want to do it. No accountability. No responsibility taken. It's like, nah, nigga, I did this shit for you and your sister. They was gonna kick us out. So, you know, he was hitting me up in the DMs and, you know, I just whopped him off a little bit and I paid the rent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that's the case. What I'm saying is, did she consider her son? Did she consider her son? And that they the same age. They could be cool. They could be, you know, buddies playing motherfucking Call of Duty together. I don't think she did, but I don't think she's a predator. And I'm not gonna let him off the hook. Where's his father at? Where the fuck is his mom's? I heard, I didn't Google, I didn't really go deep diving on Google to find out all the ins and outs about this shit. I just really wanted to speak about it, is that I accept the double standards that work for men, that don't work for men, because I am a man. Like I am a man back in the 60s, I'm a man, right? And so I accept what comes with that. Good or bad, like nah, if I'm the guy and I ask for money, that makes me look bad. If a woman asks for money, like I accept all. I may not agree with it. I may not like it. I'm not running from it though. I'm not dreading it. I'm just embracing it. So just let that be clear. But when it comes to this shit here, I just want to know, like, yeah, when a man doing it and a man is 35 dealing with 21, 22, I'm cool with that. She's grown. If she could be on Gag Queens and do porn and get paid $300 to get boned in her booty hole, then she can deal with somebody that's 40 that want to be with her. Same thing with a woman. If they going to deal with a younger guy. Now, is the brain and the maturity level there? It depends. Chances are, it's probably not. So you got to hear like a lot of people saying like, damn, what the fuck are they talking about? They're not talking about nothing. He on the road playing ball, getting the millions. And when they link up, it's booty clapping sounds. That's it. And now that she's pregnant, she's going to get the bag. And that's going to be that. We're going to talk about for a little bit. Then that shit is gone. You know what I mean? Next topic. You know what I mean? Speaking of men giving women money, women giving men money, let's talk about Gayle King, right? I seen this shit on Instagram. Y'all know who Gayle King is. So, Megan, did you have relations with him? Was you intimate with him? You mean like intimate? No, I mean, yeah, that Gayle. The Gayle that was shitting on Kobe Bryant and Snoop Dogg called her a funky dog head bitch. Yeah, that Gayle King, right? She was on More Than an Athlete podcast with Ryan Clark. And, you know, she was telling a story about how she gave somebody she was dealing with $4,000.
We'd gone out maybe 2 months, and then he said he really needed to talk to me. He wanted to have a private conversation. Okay, sure. What is it? Do you think you could lend me $4,000? And I'm like, oh,
right back. I gotta listen to this.
Real quick. With 4,000 out the gate?
I know.
Ryan Clark, like 4,000 out the gate?
God, I would have felt better if he had said $40,000.
You just went in your purse. Here you go. Get out here.
I don't carry cash.
They just ask you to cash app it now.
Huh?
You just could have cashed app it now.
I know, guys, but I was so crushed because here's somebody who was making, 6 figures, successful. And when I said, could I ask what it's for? He said, yeah, it was for a child support issue and to pay a payment on some furniture. And Oprah goes, oh God, this is just getting worse. And I said, okay. And he said, this was Sunday, and he said, I promise I'll pay you back by Thursday. I promise I'll pay you back
Promise
by
I'll
Thursday.
pay you back all your money by
But
Thursday.
I wrote it because I thought it had to be very difficult for him to ask me.
It is difficult.
And so I wrote it, and I just figured that would be that. That would be that. And he did pay me back on Thursday. But I didn't feel the same. I didn't feel the same. I didn't feel it.
And that's what we want to talk about. So Gail, her and Oprah, especially Oprah, she got Stedman. She been with Stedman for a little while, for a long fucking ass time, to keep it a buck. For so long, people don't even think it's real. They like, yo, he's just a standing, stepping guy. But anyway, Gail King, she like, I was dealing with a guy for 2 months. Relationship. Maybe he bold, maybe he didn't. People in the comments, when you look at a lot of the comments, and it's a lot of comments from a lot of women, and they on Gail's side. And I want to talk about it in this sense. One, I do agree that 2 months in, whether you both a few times, y'all was intimate, y'all shared that part of y'all or not, it's like, damn, that is that isn't a bit much to be asking for, even though she's a millionaire. So 4,000, you hear them laughing, Ryan Clark, and I'm like, yo, you would have just cashed that real quick, or you would have just pulled out your purse and you would have just gave it. And then you hear she like Oprah Winfrey, like, yo, I would have felt better if he asked for 40 million. Like, know what I mean? Call him 40 cent now because he dropped that down. I would have been happy if he asked for 40 million. Not 4,000. That's chump change. That's a drop in the bucket because I'm a millionaire. And being broke is childish and I'm quite grown. She like, yo, he was making 6 figures. He came up on some hard times. Hard times fell upon us. Had to pay child support or whatever. He mismanaged his money, etc. So I gave it to him. You know what I mean? She gave it to him. She looked out. He gave it back to her on Thursday, like he said. Like, listen, here you go. A lot of women is like, yo, he was out of line. Woo, 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 ah, ah, ah. And the thing is this, right? And I'm not wishing this on no human being. I want people to be happy. Like, literally, if I could snap my fingers and make everybody happy, I would make people happy. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. What you want your life to be like? And imagine smoking weed in the streets without cops harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial. Like, I would make it if I rule the world type shit. But I can't do that, and this is reality. Women like, yo, she dodged the bullet, he dodged the bullet. Some men was like he was testing her. I don't think he was testing her. I just think it's just so bad that it's like, if you a man, ain't nobody coming to save you, bro. That's just what it is. And, a lot of us may have had to bend down on our luck because, nobody goes through life unscathed, man or woman. But as a man, I feel it's definitely, harder. The burden is more on a man to challenge and get it out the mud. Well, even if you don't agree with it, even a woman can fall back on, what it is. And I mean fall back, that pun intended. You can just fall back, make it happen. Especially if you look decent and you pleasing to the eye. A man that, that has the resources, has some shit, he gonna look out for you. He gonna make sure you all right. A guy, you can't really just lay back and challenge. You could sling some D for a little minute. It might work for a little minute, but after a while, if you're not producing, if you don't have no resources, if you don't have nothing coming in, then you just that nigga on the couch. You just that nigga farting up and laying up and smoking weed all day, not doing nothing, not producing. You have to produce as a man. That's the facts. Even with the woman that you love, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. She's, you could say, in bad times, hard times, and good or for worse, they supposed to be there, sickness and helping, and they do. You know what I mean? But not in these days and times. A lot of people is out of here. I be saying that shit plainly, but nah, they out of here. You lost your job, they out of here. You lost your leg, diabetes, you got sick, they out of here. Like, oh, somebody else came up and it might be a come up. Chris Brown said, these hoes ain't loyal. They out of here. They out of here. You ain't making them feel, or the other guy, like, they out of here. And, you know, that's a lot of factors go into that. But to hear, Gail be like, yo, I didn't feel the same. Did she lose out on being with somebody that, could have possibly been with her, that loved her, that would have been rocking with her? Who knows? I don't think she got nobody now. Who's she with right now? Having some motherfucking difficulties. Hold on a second. Reconnect, and we in the end game on back on the platform. DJ 12, what's the word, my guy? Happy New Year and all that fly shit. Ain't seen you in a minute. Hope everything Gucci. A lot of women was just rocking with it, like, yeah, if I gotta come out my pocket, you may have to come out of your pocket. And then the thing is, she a millionaire, she got it. So that's like she said, 4,000 ain't shit. Oprah was like, she would have felt good if he would have asked her for 40 bands. That's light work. You know what I mean? That's light work. Who's she with now? You ain't lending no money to nobody now, but who you with? And I'm not saying she's not happy. I'm not saying her life is not fulfilled. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is it's just that stigma. So for fellas, a lot of times it could be used against you. When you get to your lowest, people don't give a fuck. That's what I take from it. And that's what I try to tell my little nephews, my little cousins, little small boys that I have. A small hand in raising, like, the real world ain't gonna care, bro. They're not gonna care that you down on your luck, that you going through a rough patch right now. They're not gonna care. So you gotta figure it out, because even when you need help and you reaching out, and again, my preference is 2 months is a little bit much, even though he probably was popping her. You know what I mean? Her old ass, who you got? Ain't too many niggas lining up to my knowledge, hollering at you, Gail. I'm just saying. I ain't saying you horrible looking and you old as dust. I'm just saying I don't know too many people on social media why Gail is that girl and niggas is hollering. You're an older woman. You're an older lady now. So them days is over. Maybe in your past, but not right now. I don't think too many niggas knocking your door down. With that being said, you single, you by yourself, you're a millionaire. So for her, she good. They just be the regular women that be trying to follow in the steps of the people that got millions. You can't never be like them. Your life ain't gonna never equate to this, look like this, be like this. And like Lil' Kim said, pussy get wetter than you, give head better than you. Like, you never gonna equate, you never gonna catch that. So you can't dictate or talk down from the same position that they talking from. She could talk from a financially set, she forever set for her whole life. You not. So, you know what I mean? Not to say that you got to accept the bullshit. I'm just saying. She could be like, yeah, it ain't feel the same, and I had to let him go his way, and we ain't dealing with each other no more. But even as she lonely with a butler. She lonely with a motherfucking chef. She lonely with a 24-hour masseuse. Come rub my corns, come rub my feet, give me the happy ending the way I like it. She can afford all that. You in the projects, you on Section 8. You living in the Bronx, or you living in motherfucking Baltimore somewhere, you ain't dictating those terms. You're not. You're fucked up. You living check to check. You want EBE. You know what I mean? Or you getting that EBT card. You can't dictate. Or you even working a good job, but you just barely getting over. Because it's rough out here. It's hard out here. People starving. So you're not her. But when you look at the comments, it says, women need help all the time, and when a man need help, it's a red flag. Why would he? Somebody was saying he was testing them. If a man pay you back, why even mention it? Because a lot of people was like, well, why is she mentioning it? You gave her the money. Even I didn't hear her mention the name. He gave you the money back. What the fuck is the problem? He kept his word. He did what he said he was going to do. People like, yo, he had a baby mama, so he had child support. He was living above his means. A lot of y'all living above your means. A lot of y'all buying them fucking Timbs with that little piece of stitch of fucking Louis Vuitton on it, and you're broke. A lot of y'all buying them Tiffany bracelets, them Michelle watches, and you're broke. Fucking barely can afford your extensions and your eyelashes, and you broke. Same thing with niggas, you know what I mean? For some, you know what I mean? And Shaq like, yo, That's why you can't trust these joints. So, I just thought it was funny. A lot of comments was like, are we missing how we got child support to $4,000 anyway, and how it really most likely wasn't for child support, dating somebody and asking for $4,000. If a woman did that, y'all would drag her for pure filth, like y'all do every single day on these apps. So that's one lady. A lot of the women is just like, yo, it's out of bounds for him. I'ma say, he did make it to be a six-figure nigga, so he figured some shit out. Sometimes you mismanage, sometimes you do fall upon, hard luck. If you take a poll right now, you say, yo, how many people got $1,000 in their savings? How many people could live, they say 6 months, but let's scratch that. 3 to 2 months if you lose your job. How many could live, got savings, budget right, without having to do the most? A lot of niggas will probably have to rob, pick up the burner. A lot of women will probably have to give up that vajayjay for those little, hour specials on Backpage and all that shit, and all them apps and all that. I'm just saying, so, be careful how you judge people. Again, you could do what you do. Nobody telling you to, to deal with a guy that's asking you for money and shit like that. I'm just saying it's interesting, the comments and the temperature of topics like this when it comes to men and women. But again, I accept what it is, the double standards that is. Some gonna work for men, some not. Some gonna work for women, some not. You can accept it, you can, pitch a bitch about it, try to change it on social media, try to make the internet change, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. For the majority of part, what I get out of that is women is like, listen, nigga, if you broke and you don't got it, oh well, don't ask me for no fucking money. That's just that. Like, you know what I mean? And that's that. Let's talk about this, Nicki Minaj shit, right? And Megan Thee Stallion. I talked about it briefly last week when Megan dropped the hit song. I listened to it. I thought it was good. You know what I mean? A good diss track, a good hip hop track. Then I'm like, in real time, Nicki, people can answer you back because it's a social media era. And come to find out, because I'm not on social media following Nicki Minaj and every little thing, but come to find out, while I was doing that live stream last Friday, she was on social media going on for like a couple days. Like before she released the Bigfoot, and I did get a chance to listen to Bigfoot. And as far as just that hip hop, because y'all know on the show, we do hip hop, sports, interviews, popavisms 101, and of course, motivation. Hit the subscribe button, right? Hip hop wise, lyric wise, beat wise, song wise, right now I'm gonna say Megan is winning. But when you dive a little deeper, when you see like the reaction online, and it's not no Hov and Jay-Z, it's not no Biggie and Pac, it's not no, Kendrick when he, said everybody's name. It's not nothing like that, in my opinion, right? It's not even a Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj when they was, when she released Sheeta and all that shit. Nicki Minaj is going off, right? Online, she was saying a lot of wild shit. People is diving deep into the meanings. I'm not doing that. Now when you fast forward a week later, they're like, yo, she really talking about The Rock. She really talking about Jay-Z. She really want to be a rock girl. She really mad that the Beehive and Jay is not really backing her and that they choosing this chick, right? And I said on my last live, if you was following, then you know, Nicki Minaj, in my opinion, is better than Megan Thee Stallion. Far as MC-wise, rapper-wise, song-wise, let's be clear. I think she's more talented. I think she got a better body of work. And she been around longer. But you know what I also noticed in this hip-hop shit? We the only culture that really do this. You don't really see it with rock and roll. You don't really see it with R&B. You don't really see it with, just different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? John, what up, my guy? They like Nicki old. And she is older now. She, 42, 43? And Megan is in her 20s, late 20s. About to be, early, about to be 30. So she prime rhyme and she young and she's for the taking. Better version, better body. And Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, right? I'm bringing him up because Nicki did do the interview with him. She was on the Joe Budden's podcast. He was beefing him, she was like, yo, these podcasting niggas, and how dare he, doing all that shit and doing all that drug shit that people be saying she on. They're like, yo, she a cokehead, she a drug user, she this, she that. A lot of people is really, hitting her below the belt, in my opinion. Then you gotta say, damn, Kevin Samuels is talking about women when they get older, how they lose certain value with certain men and stuff like that. And you hear a lot of women online, when they referencing Nicki Minaj and the battle, not the bars, they're like, this bitch is old. She need to act her age. She wilding out here. They age shaming her. They body shaming her. They doing all this shaming. And when I was talking about it last week before the Bigfoot song even came out, I just was talking about that in these days and age that we living in, people can respond back to you right away. You can, you could DM somebody just like for rap. I'm an artist, listen to my song. You could write 50 Cent. Let's say you want to write 50 Cent, you want to send your demo to Cam, you send him a link, like, yo, what's up? This is what, a nigga can answer you back. Whereas back in the days, you got to wait outside the office. You got to catch a nigga on the train. You got to catch a nigga coming out the motherfucking restaurant or wherever you at, and then try to, run down. This is my demo. I'm the best thing out of New York. Woo, woo, woo. Now you just pick up your phone like, yo, Mariah Carey, what's up? Your feet is looking gorgeous and I think you look good. She might holler back at you. That's how social media works. So I'm like, yo, Nicki Minaj is ranting and going off, and she like, Bigfoot, my song about to come out, but people was wrecking her for her age, for her talking about Megan Thee Stallion moms being deceased, her fucking, the same dude. And allegedly also out in Houston, they like, yo, they had to put extra security at the gravesite, woo, 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 But let's get back to the lyrics, right? Because this is the music business, and we ain't really seen a good battle in a long time, you know what I mean? Round one going to Meg, beat was better, flow was better, ain't really even mention no names. And even though Nicki Minaj had to, get up on your good foot, you was down, and Bigfoot, and also a couple of other little lines, to me that was hard. The beat wasn't really fire like that. People was saying that the lines didn't hit as hard as they could have because you tweeting this shit online. You got the Twitter fingers. Like, Like, I'm back to back in it, and you online on some Twitter finger shit. No, nigga. Meek Mills, right. And that's you. While Drake is dropping out, songs back to back, you online talking about, yo, I smacked the shit out of this nigga, I woo, 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 and if I ever see him, meanwhile, he dropping back to back. You know what I mean? Like, back to back on your ass. So it's like, yeah, Nicki, you online, you saying little snippets of your song, so when it come out, it don't hit the same like when you first hear, fuck Jay-Z, boop, boop. You know what I mean? Like, when that shit hit, fuck Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Get in your soul like either. Fuck what you king, you like, oh, this shit hitting different. Brace yourself. For the main event, y'all been patiently waiting. It's like an AIDS test. What's the result? Not positive. Who's the best? Pac, Nas, and Big. Ain't no best. East, West, you know what I mean? Like, greetings. I embrace y'all with napalm. It didn't really hit like that. Then the beat was wishy-washy. Josh Ball, what it do though? You know what I mean? Talking about this Nicki Minaj shit. Who had the best verse. The beat was a little weak, and we heard it. We heard snippets of it, so I do agree with that. But what's the age shaming for? Ladies? And I say this a lot with the sisterhood. You see Nicki Minaj, she was going at Meg like, yo, you fucked your best man friend. You fucked your best friend man. But a lot of the city girls rhymes, a lot of these female rappers is I take your man, bitch. I take your husband, I fuck your husband, and send him back home to you, tasting like me. Nah. It's probably online somewhere, to be honest, my guy. He can't find that Harlem World Vaughn Miller shit. Peace, my guy. You know what I mean? We got Vern in the building. Harlem, what up? Lyrically wise, I think Nicki Minaj is better. Just bars. But she is older. Is she not bowing out gracefully as it is a thing with Roc Nation and Jay-Z? I don't know all that. That's like for a lot of the online detectives. But I just wondering what's with the age shaming. We the only culture and you know, as far as rap genre of music where if a person is old, now granted, you in your 40s, you in your 50s, you had your whole life, you could have did some other shit, now you want to come out rapping. I get it, people may look with the side eye, but it is just spoken word, so if you nice, then what's the problem? If you're a rock and roll fucking legend, you know, you Ozzy Oswald or whatever, you still could go on tour and get money on shows. You still can get commercials and, you know, I was just talking about what was it, Geico or whatever commercial it was, where actual rock stars was telling other people like, let's pump the brakes on calling anybody a rock star. Let's be easy with that. Like, you motherfucking you get your paperwork in, at the end of the day you're a rock star. You make 20 calls in one day, you close 3 of them, you a rock star. Like, we use that a little loose, so they're like, yo, I'm really a motherfucking rock star. I was with Kiss. I was with such and such. Like, I sold millions of records out on tour. I'm a rock star. You're not a rock star. That word is used a little too loosely, but we don't age shame them. We don't body shame them. So here you got Nicki Minaj like, yo, I knew this bitch was evil. I knew this was a whack bitch because she fucked her best friend man. But I thought that was part of the protocol. I could take your man, bitch. I look better than you, bitch. Pussy get wetter than you, bitch. You know the vibes, my guy. You already know. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. So it's like, in one breath, I can see the young people rocking with Megan. You know what I mean? And I can see them saying Nicki Minaj is old now. It's like Nas or Hov or somebody going at the baby, or, you know, somebody that you like as a young up and coming, a young artist, a Pop Smoke or something. You'll be like, niggas is old, man. Let Pop Smoke shine, or let this person shine. And rap is rap. If you can put it out, I can take it. I can put songs out to diss you too. Did she go a little too far with the mother shit? I think so. A little too much talking. And this is the last example I give of Nicki Minaj when it comes to the battle. You know what she did? She did what Eminem does to a lot of people. If you're an Eminem fan, as far as lyrics, wordplay, even albums, his race aside, white, black, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. Take that out. A lot of people do think M is one of the best. Lyrically and top 5, dead or alive. Some people definitely got him top 10, top 15, top 20. People got Eminem. But he's more close to being in the top 5 for a lot of people. And some will be like, really? Like, he in the top 5? I don't listen to that nigga shit, and he not better than this person. The knock on Eminem is, we know that he really is nice. We really know that lyrically he's that fucking dude. But what he fails to give the hip-hop world, what the hip-hop world is clamoring for, this is just me too personally as a hip-hop connoisseur. I do believe I'm that. That hip-hop album. You know what I mean? Like, you nice and you can kill your mother and you're going to lock your baby moms up in the closet and you on pills and hi, hello and all that. But you ain't really give us no like primo, real hip-hop beats and just go in lyrically and just have niggas, you know what I mean, on them songs that we really want to hear. The lean backs. You know what I mean? The classic hip-hop songs that everybody like, oh nah, this is a classic. You know what I mean? And the other shit is subjective. We got the hip-hop classics, Incarcerated Scarface. We got the Wanksters. We got the songs that fire, that everybody say, nah, this is fire. Then it's the selective songs. You know what I mean? Like, I want to rock right now. We got the songs, but everybody can't do those type of songs. So we left to say, like, Eminem, like, yeah, we all agree that you mad nice. And if you was to battle a nigga verbally with no beats or in the cypher, you probably wreck a nigga crazy. You going clean. But when you put the beats on and you start having that hip-hop feel, are you going to be able to do what KRS-One do? Are you going to be able to do what Hov do it now? Like certain people, are you going to be able to do what Snoop and DMX and certain artists? Are you going to be able to do that? And that's the knock on Eminem. So with this Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, like, even though the bars wasn't whack bars, It just was like the beat was you picked the wrong beat. You really didn't take it serious, and maybe that's cause she like, yo, if this bitch say something, then I'm gonna come with part 2, part 3, and it's like just come with part 1. Just make part 1. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Like, you know what I mean? Make it classic, and then we gonna rock with you. And I don't think she did that part, so that's why I think Megan Thee Stallion won round 1 for right now. We gonna see how it plays out in the future. She gonna even respond. A lot of people like, yo, don't even respond to that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into this The Breakfast Club, right? Jess Hilarious. She is the new co-host, and she gonna be making her debut officially on Monday, which is the 5th. Although she stepped in and had who's the other girl from Queens of Souls? I forget the other, like the light-skinned girl name. They also had Ebony. They also had Ebony K. Williams on there. They had a few people on there, and what Jess Hilarious did was like, listen, I'm gonna be the permanent guest on this shit. Challenge, like, you know what I mean? This is my shit to lose, and woo woo woo, and Then you see Charlamagne get approached by Team Z, and you see them say, yo, we don't really know. We talked to iHeart, etc. And then you see them do the rollout, and they doing the Mason Bethel, the Mason Diddy shit. What is that? Been around the world, or Nobody Can't Hold Me Down. Whatever video that was, they kind of like using the same background. They got the king chair, the queen chair. Then they got Jess Hilarious sitting in the middle with the little winky wink, you know what I mean, etc. And Charlamagne and DJ Envy come out on the side. And a lot of people in the comments when it comes to the Breakfast Club is like, we're not really rocking with the Breakfast Club. We haven't been rocking with the Breakfast Club for a little while now. Not because Angela Yee left. Even when she was there, it's just like some stuff, although it ages like fine wine or it gets better with time, it hasn't really had that impact or hit, if you ask me. And that's because a lot of people got podcasts now. Everybody's online. Everybody got a show, from Stephen A. being on First Take to being on YouTube now to all these different athletes, entertainers. Everybody got a podcast now. So it's like, yeah, if you ain't, if you going to work and you driving to work or whatever, you might listen to the Breakfast Club. But a lot of people is listening to, Apple, and they listening to YouTube, and they rocking out, they going to work listening to the shit they want to listen to. So is it really hitting like it was hitting before? Do it have the same impact when they have certain guests up there? Do you really give a fuck if Jess Hilarious is on there or not? Does this sway you in one way or another? Like, nah, I wasn't rocking with it before, but now that Jess Hilarious is on there, now I'm going to be rocking with it. Does that change that for you, or is it like, not really? You know what I mean? Like, because for me, it doesn't change. It doesn't change in one way or another for me. For me, it's just like, I wasn't really rocking with the Breakfast Club like that anyway. Whether I'm in the car or I'm not in the car. You know what I'm saying? Last thing. We about to get out of here. We got moves to make. This, where is it at? Oh, this Jim Jones shit, right? So we had Jim Jones. I spoke about Jim Jones recently with the, he made a declaration like, listen, anybody from my era, you want to hop in the booth, you want to come to the studio, I got 100,000 and that's your money, son. We could do whatever for the bread. Now he's saying he want to get health insurance and he want to help out his artists. So this is what he's saying right here.
All my artists' credit being fixed and establishing that whole side of them, which I know a lot of artists really don't even have credit. Cool, that's one thing. So the next thing I want to do now that I got that going is find out how I get my artists some health insurance. So if anybody has any information on health insurance, please hit me up in a DM. I would like to get each of my artists that signed to VL opportunity to have some health insurance.
So I'm guessing
a lot of people don't have health insurance, and these times where everybody's getting sick and so much things going on, this is something I would like to do for my artists. I know record labels don't do none of this type of shit.
Record labels don't do
any
this
of their
shit.
artists that you do business with. They ain't gonna help you with your credit. They're not gonna give you no.
They're not gonna help you with your credit. They're not gonna help you with your health insurance.
There ain't no pension.
So when it comes to that, a lot of a few
There ain't no
people,
401.
few people in the comments was like, "Yo, who's your health insurance provider? Who you rocking with? Why do you need people to DM you, and why do you need to make this a public issue?" One of them, I did know that he had the Vampire Life label. I don't know who signed to him though. I can't really say off the rip who, what artist is signed to him. Because one person like, damn, only thing he missing is the artist. So I thought that was funny. I don't know if he got any artists or not. Great fire on the check-in. How we looking on the motherfucking NBA picks, my guy? One person like, this is not a flex to me as a grown man. Why you can't simply do the research on how to do this before coming to social media? Some people like 100 thought the same thing. What's he doing for his own health insurance? He doesn't have a lawyer or HR type of person to guide him. Y'all so lost. What's the point of having a platform? The research will be done and at this doorstep by the morning. Bro said the same. When you post and the comments, the algorithm push you Instagram, you promoting what he does for his artists and boosting. So I think that's a big thing. A lot of times in these days and age, you hear a lot of old artists say like, yo, if I was popping now, if I came out now, I would have a better chance of, getting to the top and probably being a big success, because nowadays is do everything on your own. Now, he's not from that era. He's from the era where you sign, get a deal, label, put the promotion up for you, then you get a budget, you get XYZ, you get put in-house producers, or you get outside producers. We pay for beats. Timberland charging $100,000 a beat, Kanye 50, like artists and shit, and you get a budget for your album. But you don't get health insurance. You don't get, the one-up on how to fix your credit and how to do XYZ. So is that admirable? Yeah, it is. I think that's a great thing that Jim Jones is doing. But is it a social media flex and hey, look at me? Because should he just call up the appropriate people and say, yo, this is what I'm trying to do for my artist, XYZ, or is he expecting people that follow him like you and me to just see the post, then do the research for free, then DM like, yo, this is what you got to do, XYZ. So is it a flex or is it not a flex? And what about the challenge of artists from his era, battling him or going in the booth and seeing what it is? Like, do we forget about that, or do we want to see that, or we still thinking about the locks and how they smacked up Dipset at the battle, at the verses? I don't know. I fuck with Jones. Obviously we got the song with Jones, me and Great Fire, the Plaza, Super Fire, WhaT, Classic, 7, 5, go to YouTube, you can check it out. I think Jones is always just trying to, keep itself, spinning. And this is the era that we living in. We living in, social media era. You can like it, you can run it, you can dread it, you can run from it, but destiny arrives all the same. Listen, people, be safe out there. It's an evil world. Be respectful, be courteous, pay attention, and stay on point. You already know. May the Most High bless us all. But you know what it is. It's your guy, Popovitz. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, Popovitz TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.